WrestleMania 41 has passed us up. Another, you know what? It's a controversial card. Not another controversial one, but this one actually was a controversial card. Last year was a banger, great card from top to finish. I felt like this year the build was okay, and even the card itself was okay. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a tier list of all the matches that happened. We're gonna start with all timer, banger, good, mid, trash. What we're gonna do is first we're gonna rank them between banger to mid, and then we're gonna put one match in all timer and one match in trash, because I feel like that makes most sense.
100%.
So we're gonna start with the first match. We got the Oos, the Yeet Man himself, versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. What do you think about this match?
I thought it was like good to mid. I didn't think it was like anything special. You know, I like the ending. I liked how Gunther tapped out right away. I like that. Like
I originally didn't like that he tapped, because I was like, there's certain guys in wrestling who I feel like should never tap out, like Gunther, Kurt Angle, Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, all these guys who are just supposed to be monsters. They should never tap out. But then I saw a clip of Ilya Dragunov making Gunther tap out, and he tapped out instantly. So I feel like that's a part of his character, him just being like he's supposed to be putting it out. He's a hard shell, but he's actually just like a coward, low-key.
Coward, yeah.
And even when he lost Cody Rhodes, he's a little shook up from that too. So I think that made sense to me at the end. But I do still think this match was mid.
I would agree. I think
his match last year was special. I don't think I'm going to watch this match back anytime soon.
No.
I don't think there's a point of watching it back. So, but it was better than any other match that's been put on between the two, and Jey Uso got the hype behind him.
Yeah, he did.
So this goes into mid for us.
Yeah, 100% right. It wasn't as good. Like if you compare, like it's not as good as the Sami Zayn one.
Oh yeah, Sami Zayn was probably like a banger.
Yeah,
if you ask me.
I'd
go watch it back. Yeah. The next match was probably a top tier candidate for trash, because this match had zero hype going into it, no storyline behind it. Nobody really cared for it.
No.
We had we had the New Day versus the War Machines.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, the War Machine to me look good.
Yeah,
they're big guys who can move fast.
Yeah,
and it's always cool to watch and see. And so to me, they look good. But I felt like the New Day, like, it's kind of lacked anything. I don't really care about the match at all. The minute the match started, I already felt like my energy went down.
Yeah,
and
I
was
didn't
like,
really
I don't care.
Even when they cheated to win, I'm like, why do I care how they beat these guys? There's no like investment in this match. There was no investment. Like compared to the SmackDown title matches that's gonna happen on Friday. That seemed like it was way more interesting than this one. If they probably had that match, it would probably a banger of a show.
100% a banger. It would have been a great way to start the show too. Like after the Jey Uso Gunther match, you would have had another good match, or maybe even a good match then, and it would have probably elevated the show a little more. I'm putting the show in mid. This is a top tier candidate for trash. I'm putting. Wrong match. I put this one in mid. I think that's where it belongs.
100%.
The next match, Naomi versus Jade Cargill. I actually like this match.
I like this match too.
I thought it was a good match. I thought they both looked good. Naomi's like on her. This is their best work in her career so far.
On the rise now.
She's unreal right now.
Yeah, and I like Jade Cargill too. She showed excellent ring ability. You've talked about it in our preview of WrestleMania. You talked about how Jade Cargill is a future star, and she's gonna be a future WrestleMania main eventer.
Facts.
Or main eventer in any way, right?
So she needed this win. And I think Naomi, what she's doing though, I think she's gonna have like a good run too now. So I think this match was perfect for both of them. They both look good. I'm putting this match in good.
Good, I agree.
I feel like this was the first good match of WrestleMania. Some people might not, agree, but if they don't, then go fuck themselves. This next match, though, this was probably the first banger of WrestleMania here, though. Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight.
Custody of Razor.
Custody of Razor match. If you saw if you missed a preview, that was the match that they decided on. And you're going to Jacob Fatu.
Yeah,
so that's your favorite wrestler.
Yeah,
so you belong to the Jacob Fatu family.
It's all good, No help from Solo, no help from anybody. It's just one-on-one. It was a quality match.
A quality match. I thought everything was like that. BFT from the top rope was sick. I love that move, and anything Jacob Fatu does is usually gold.
It's just great. You can't complain. It's a banger.
It's a banger match.
It's a banger
it should have been. I don't know where else you would have put this match. I think it was perfect placement.
Yeah.
And it kind of started up a little bit of a hype behind the card, because the rest of the card I think got a little better and better as the show went on.
Yeah.
Because the next match, Rey Fénix versus El Grande Americano. One of the greatest luchadors of all time.
He is the greatest. Hey, in my opinion, greatest one. Rey Mysterio, take the seat. Yeah, Rey Mysterio, you're the club partying.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio. I thought Rey Mysterio got injured. He was out there partying, dancing in the club. My guy just wanted to get lit. He didn't want to go wrestle. He didn't want to wrestle this year. Fuck that.
Finally, this guy listens and doesn't wrestle. This guy's always taking the starlight away from every other luchador. Now he finally lets it go.
Yeah, finally.
At the end, he has to make it all about him.
I like this match though. I thought it was a really good match.
I did too.
I think the whole thing with Chad Gable, El Grande Americano.
Yeah, who's Chad Gable, bro? He's
I
not
don't
even
know.
there.
Chad Gable on the bench right now. But El Grande Americano, him using the metal plate was huge.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that move.
I love the entrance too.
yeah, I love the entrance. I love the voiceover.
Yeah, I loved everything
So
about.
fucking good.
I loved anything about El Grande
Yeah,
Americano.
it was perfect. It was perfect in every way.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
What would you put this match? Good.
I would say good.
I was a good match.
I would say good. Yeah.
If it, I don't know if you could put in banger because that's
It had.
class.
I think it just needed a little bit more.
It was a perfect mid card match on
yeah.
WrestleMania. I would say.
100%.
And then the next match, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Some people had mixed. I feel like a lot of people had mixed feelings about this. Some people liked it, and some people hated it.
I liked this match.
I liked it too. I thought it was like exactly it fit the feud a lot because the feud got pretty real.
Yeah.
And the match felt a little more real because there were times where I think Charlotte Flair was kind of just ragdolling.
Yeah.
And not really selling. Like she was selling, but she wasn't like giving Tiffany Stratton any help, and I don't think she should have. Because that's how the rivalry kind of built up. We should have kept it real the whole time. Felt like they could have been actual shots to like each other's face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton chipped a tooth.
Yeah, she chipped a tooth. Yeah.
I thought this match was perfect.
Perfect.
It was good. I'm not sorry. I wouldn't call it a banger. I would say
It's
it was a
not a
good
banger.
match.
I would say it's a good match. It's like we know what mid is, and that wasn't a mid match.
That wasn't a mid match. I think this was a good match. I feel like Charlotte Flair does have a better match potential though. Like I was considering calling her and titling her Miss WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Going into this WrestleMania match, but then this match was kind of like some people don't like it, some people loved it. So I was like, all right, you know what? But wait, maybe one more year she'll get the title at some point. Then we got the main event. Now we're talking about a banger.
And this is pure cinema.
This was perfect in every way from start to finish, from the entrances.
You sound like that meme. It was perfect.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm referencing. That the start to finish is perfect because if you watch the entrances, CM Punk's entrance gave me chills.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with the old song.
And
I forgot what it's called.
Fire Burns or Fire Burning.
Whatever. Somebody knows what it's called. Some Gen Z 2000 kid knows what it's called. I just loved how they used it, and then him coming out with the band there was perfect. And Paul Heyman in his corner, they did the old classic.
Yeah. It's clobber time.
It worked. This is probably my candidate for all timer, but we'll come back to the end. I'm putting it right up at the top.
I agree. You know, this match overall, like even the ending was perfect.
Yeah,
like that's what you call an ending.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Well, that's a little foreshadowing.
This is my WrestleMania 41 main event.
Yeah,
there was no other main event in this card. I'll say that. I'll say that right now. There's only one big main event now. It was this
overall, this like I can't say anything bad about this match. Just the way it was, like all the way through. Like it was so many twists and turns.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman betraying CM Punk and then betraying Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And then it just and then Paul Heyman goes on the Pat McAfee show, cuts even better promos the next day. This guy just cinema.
It's on a run right now. So perfect match, exactly how you wanted. I think the next match, the triple threat match, was almost as good. If there wasn't as much storytelling in this match, but in terms of a match, this was an unreal match.
This is a great match. This is also, in my opinion,
a banger.
A banger.
I think I'm putting it right there too. Yeah. I think this is the perfect way to start a show. And I mean, these guys could have main evented that show over John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And I would have been happy with the way this match went. They killed it. They put on a show. I think
IYO SKY was great.
The right winner.
Yeah, Bianca Belair was great.
Rhea Ripley was great. They're all just unreal talent.
It was just a it's the meme again. Perfect.
Every way possible. And then I mean the first half of the show was just excellent in my opinion. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest.
Quality match.
The spots in this match were insane. The Future Shock DDT on the steel steps.
Yeah, the what's called
Razor's
old
Edge.
School, old school
to the table. Razor's Edge through the table. And
the Claymore on the
Claymore. The way they finished the match, I was like, holy shit! There's so many good spots in this match. Another banger. I think we got to put in banger category.
It has to be a banger.
For WrestleMania that ended up disappointing at the end, they had a lot of good bright spots. I think you can just pick apart. Somebody, you know how they have the thing for One Piece? It's called One Piece?
Yeah.
Where they just cut out the bullshit. They should just cut out the bullshit of this WrestleMania card and put the good matches together. And we'd have a great WrestleMania card. That's what they got to do.
It's too much filter in this.
Yeah, too much filter episodes, too many filter fucking scenes.
If they just did 5 matches, it would have been perfect.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And then we have the Fatal 4-Way. Here we go. I mean, I don't want to keep calling every match a banger, but this match
was a banger.
This match, these four were like the perfect wrestlers to have in a Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental title.
100%. You know what I liked the best about this match? Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker didn't look weak. He looked strong.
100%.
He didn't lose the belt. He didn't get pinned for the belt. He didn't lose the belt. He didn't lose the belt. Like, making him look weak anyway. He had that sick spear on Carlito.
Yeah.
Shout out Carlito. He's always taking the hard bumps.
Carlito's a legend for a reason, man. He's a Hall of Famer.
He's still selling it on Monday Night Raw. He's still dead from it. But it was just perfect. That spear, everything about that match was perfect. Dom winning it even better through the roof.
Oh, the reaction was sick too, because it's about time they put the belt on him.
Yeah,
and we've been waiting for years for this. I think he's gonna take off this year too, and that was a perfect way for him to win and pin Finn Balor. And now you got a storyline between him and Finn Balor. You can tell Finn Balor's a little salty too. 100%. So this had a good mix of like an actual great match and storytelling mixed in. We're putting this in banger too. We might have to adjust these matches a little bit.
We will,
because we'll do it at the end, but. I'm putting the banger.
You know what was also funny about his entrance was Dominic Mysterio. He couldn't get the mask off.
Oh yeah, that was classic Dominic Mysterio. He did it at the Rumble a few years ago, and he attacked Rey Mysterio, and he couldn't rip the mask up. And he did it again this year. This match was perfect. Okay, then we had the Randy Orton match.
Yeah,
no KO. Obviously, we heard about that a few weeks ago, and his surprise opponent ended up being Joe Hendry. I thought it was a perfect surprise.
Say his name.
Because I didn't check Twitter. I don't check Twitter usually on WrestleMania days on purpose because I don't want to see any spoilers.
Yeah.
Because people usually just start tweeting out who's going to be there. So then I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not gonna be on Twitter." So when he showed up, it was a surprise. It was
a surprise to me too. When I saw that, and with the whole crowd going nuts, that was perfect.
When they showed his back, I thought it was like somebody else. I thought it was like another champion or something. I'm like, "Oh, who the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And it ended up being him, and his whole match was great.
It was
and it was perfect too because it wasn't like too long. It was 5 minutes long.
Yeah, he did. He showed off why people love him.
Yeah,
Randy Orton showed off why Randy Orton did the meme.
Yeah, I think this match was good. I put it at the top of good. I could put it in banger, but I don't want to.
I think it's good.
It was a good match.
It's a 5-minute match. It's a quick match. If it was longer a little bit, maybe.
It's kind of like El Grande Americano type of match. It was perfect for the card. It was good mid card match. I like the spot where Randy Orton RKO's him out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that was great. I didn't expect it at all, and it happened. I'll take it. That was a good match.
And here we go, Studs. Here comes the downfall.
Now we're going downhill from here. Logan Paul versus AJ Styles.
I thought it would be better.
I think there were so many points where they were doing like good moves, like nice moves and stuff like that, but the match never picked up its pace.
You know what seemed like? This seemed like it was actually Logan Paul's first wrestling match.
Yeah.
Usually all of his other matches are rehearsed, and he has that one spot that you're waiting for. This match didn't seem like it was. It just seemed like it was just a more of a tactical match, and then I don't want to see Logan Paul do that tactical.
I think if AJ Styles actually worked with Karrion Kross at the end, that would have been fun, and they'd probably put this in good. I'm putting it mid.
Yeah, I'm putting it mid
because this match never really grabbed me like any other match did, and it hurts when with the card starting so well, and you have this match where they just do big moves and nothing else.
Speaking of mid, we got another candidate for the trash match.
This one I was annoyed at because Bayley lost her spot, first of all. That made no sense. And then Becky wins the title, which is like a lot of people are huge Becky Lynch fans. I used to be a big Becky Lynch fan. Over the years, not as much.
She's Hogan now.
Becky Hogan. But I think her dropping the belts the next day hurts this match even more.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of having them win and Becky Lynch taking Bayley's spot just for her to turn heel the next day? She could have done it another way.
Yeah, she could have just jumped, what's called Bayley. She could have just attacked Bayley.
Or she could have showed up during the match and attacked them both.
Or they could have just showed a video of her attacking Bayley before WrestleMania or something like that.
They could have made this better. I thought this match was mid. This match was definitely mid. And then the main event.
Oh man,
where we're going with this one.
I think it's mid. I like the wrestling of this match, but the ending just ruined it for me.
This match was, I would say, decent. And depending on how the ending happened, if Rock showed up, I think it would have been a banger of a match. But the way it ended, obviously, it hurt the match a lot more.
100%.
And it puts it in the mid to trash category. I think we're this is coming closer to trash than anything else.
Yeah, I agree.
Right now, we're putting it in mid.
You know what? I liked, me and you were talking about the match afterwards. And I liked what you said about it. You like the fact that the title, getting hit by the title means something again, right?
Because back in the day, for those of you who don't know, give me a history lesson. Give you guys a history lesson of wrestling. Where back in the day, when you got hit with the belt, that meant you're out cold. That means you're done for the match. You're gonna get pinned 1, 2, 3, no matter what. And they kind of brought that back. They've been trying to bring that back recently, and they brought that back in this match with Cody Rhodes finally getting hit with the belt. John Cena not doing anything else and going for the belt. This is kind of like a classic wrestling match, which is funny because John Cena's like, I'm gonna kill wrestling,
but he
was like the heel who's taking his time and doing a lot of these moves, kind of dominating the match, and didn't didn't really give Cody any chance for a comeback.
Yeah, I just the Travis Scott thing just ruined it for me, man.
Travis Scott was the biggest part of this match. And
You could have not brought Travis Scott out. You could have brought anybody else out.
You could have just had John Cena winning by attacking him with a steel chair or something like that, and it would have been fine.
You could have had Vince McMahon come on and help him out.
Because John Cena did write a whole poem about Vince this last week.
Yeah, because he's his friend. He's his friend.
It's like his dad over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do re-rank these right now. So should we do the bangers or should we do mid first? What do you think?
I say, we'll save the banger for
last.
Okay. Because let's be positive, people. Let's talk about the positive.
Let's go with the good match first because it's the middle. We're not going to move any of these anywhere else. I would say...
I like Randy Orton where Randy Orton.
Yeah, I would probably put it like this.
Yes, I agree. I think
that's how it would
El Grande Americano match is better than the...
Jade Cargill match.
match.
Okay, so we go mid, right?
Yes, let's go mid.
Okay, so what do you think? I think match...
I think Gunther and Jey Uso's at the top.
At the top, yeah. And then this... Damn, I don't know where I would put John Cena's match with Cody Rhodes because this could be good trash too if I really feel like... I feel like going back to Sunday, it was trash.
I have to... my heart and gut is telling me that John Cena Cody Rhodes match was trash. Because
I agree.
You expected so much.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, the New Day versus...
you didn't expect anything. And you got nothing. So you got perfect.
Nothing. Yeah, right? So, like, it was like... And same thing was the Becky Lynch and match. And the Logan Paul one, you never thought this was going to be a banger of a match. You thought it was going to be good. When I thought about it, I'm like, oh, this match is going to be good. It's not going to be a banger. So I would have to say John Cena and Cody Rhodes is trash because of the expectations on this match.
I agree. That's a good take. That's a good breakdown there, Zach.
Thank you.
I can't disagree.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
For the bangers of all time, I think I already know what match is an all-timer for me, but I think the rest of them need some love too here with the Fatal 4-Way match. I'm trying to figure out how I rank these matches too because they're all pretty good. I'll put Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight probably at the bottom of bangers.
I would have if it was personally my order. I would go. I think we're in agreement which matches.
It's this triple threat match.
The triple threat match.
This is a match I'm gonna go back and watch multiple times maybe this year.
100%. This is a match like I could rewatch the ending a lot of times.
100%.
And I think the only switch I would make is that I would put the Fatal 4-Way second.
Okay.
And then I would have the Rhea Ripley match first.
Yeah.
And then the Fatal 4-Way second.
Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest
third.
Okay, that's perfect.
And then LA Knight.
I think this list is perfect. It's perfect. We said it all episode long.
Well, we got one thing left. We got WrestleMania.
Oh.
And all the grand schemes of this WrestleMania, where would you put it?
Damn.
Because some people are saying it's the worst. In my opinion, I don't think it's the worst.
I've seen worse WrestleMania than this one.
I remember watching that Miz one, the John Cena versus
Yeah, that
Miz.
was definitely trash. That one didn't have a good match to... Like, I can't go back and watch that one at all.
I'm trying to think of any other ones.
Damn, where would I put this one though? WrestleMania 9, WrestleMania 10, all those old WrestleManias.
Remember, what was it?
Sorry, maybe not WrestleMania 9, bro.
We did all the games. Trevor Lawrence versus Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah,
like how
not Trevor Lawrence? What's his name?
Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence. Sorry, Trevor. Hey, Trevor Lawrence was back in the past.
Okay, where would you put the WrestleMania then? I would say it's a good. WrestleMania still.
It's a good WrestleMania.
Regardless of the finish, I will still say that the matches we already talked about, this one gets a good for me.
If you just look at night one. I would put it great.
Like I said, if you cut it in half, you cut out the bullshit, you could have a great WrestleMania.
Yeah,
you take all the bullshit out. You take the first half and the second half. So you take the second half of night one, first half of night two. We got a perfect WrestleMania.
100%.
Well, that does it for our tier list. We'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know where you guys rank all these matches. What do you think about this WrestleMania yourself? And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.